And welcome back to another stream here in this lovely esports lab. Carter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing completely fine. It's good to be back here
Nice,
behind the desk with
nice.
you, Colin. I'm extremely excited for today. It's good to be back with our Smash Brothers team, especially after yesterday. I'm in a hankering for one of our teams of the slight hiccup with Rocket League, which
Yeah.
we did figure that out, and we'll talk about that here in a sec. We told you earlier yesterday that we would update everyone about scheduling and all that, and we actually got it figured out, thankfully. But regardless, I'm happy to be here today, Colin, and I'm extremely excited for the Sycamores today as they go up against the Murray State Racers. I got it right this time.
Yes, I am also very excited. Smash Bros. Is always a great game to watch. It's always very action packed, nail biting. It's just a great game to watch. And I'm very excited for what Indiana State has in store for us tonight. I'm very excited to see if Easy Breezy is going to bring out the Daisy. I'm very excited for
You
it.
know they are. It's gonna be. It's gonna be amazing.
It's going to be a great game. Once that Daisy comes out, oh, it's going to be great. It's
Oh
going to be great.
man, I could not be more excited. I think we have a great game headed for us today. But let's just talk shop at the moment when we look at our team, because right now in the studio, maybe it's clear through our microphones or not. The energy is so lively here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have our regular Smash Brothers team as well as Rocket League and Valorant all in the same place. And the camaraderie here is absolutely ecstatic right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I could not be more prouder of this, this family, this community that esports has brought together. And so I couldn't be more thrilled. And I genuinely think that we're going to see some good plays today. Like you said earlier, we're gonna see that Daisy come out. Maybe our own very own Wook on Luigi, and up against Murray State. Who knows what they're gonna bring to the table? But regardless, I am very ready. I'm
Oh,
ready.
nice. Yes, I am very ready as well. Carter, do you have anything else to talk about before we go on break?
Other than I'm excited that we actually get to see some gameplay today, and to discuss yesterday's for Rocket League. So the issue was correct. It was the update, the last minute update. Apparently it was just simple patch fix. But unfortunately that did stop matchmaking. So that meant we, as our college teams, could not make a private lobby in order to play against each other. So I actually have the times right here on my fancy computer. Here, if I can pull that up. So the Valparaiso match, which was supposed to happen yesterday at 8 o'clock, has now been scheduled for Friday the 28th. That's this Friday at 7 p.m. And then the Missouri State match, which was supposed to happen at 7 o'clock, is now next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, making next Tuesday a doubleheader.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head who we're facing off at 8, but regardless, those are the updated times, with basically the only change to our schedule is that we will be getting Rocket League on Friday this week to make up for yesterday up against Valparaiso. So stay tuned for that if you intend on watching Rocket League, and we sincerely apologize for the lack of content this week. Like we said, it was out of our control, out of anyone's control, really, and we are very thankful that the people at Missouri State and Valparaiso were willing to work with us for rescheduling that. So thank you very much, and thank you for your patience.
I mean, yeah, stuff happens. Stuff happens.
Yeah, technology is incredible until it's not. So, but other than that, I think we're ready to go into our first break.
All right, well, we're going to go on break. Stay tuned for an amazing game. You are not going to want to miss it.
See you in a bit.
and we are back here tonight to watch another Smash Bros. Game. It is about to start. Carter, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We're starting out this first match with Athanasius, our own Sam Owens, personal friend of mine. Been friends with him for several years. Up against the Bob Rob from
Rob.
Murray State, who I can only assume is playing Rob. I can only assume.
Makes
Just
sense.
a guess.
Makes
Just a guess.
sense.
But yes, we have Athanasius on Lucas, his absolute main, and I definitely think if we are seeing a Lucas v. Rob match, we have two heavy hitters going
Gonna be a
at
little-
each other, and
a
it was
lot
exactly
back and
correct.
forth.
Going Lucas v. Rob. Okay, so let's go right into the fray.
All right.
I'm very excited for this. So, of course, Sycamores are on the left, Murray State on the right, and as always, our games for the Missouri State Valley Missouri Valley Conference. I would say Missouri State, but the Missouri Valley Conference is a best of 3 rounds, each round containing of a bracket-style matches where there is a collective stockpile of 12 stocks for each team, each player having 3, and they gradually go down until you get 0. First team to reach 0 stocks loses the round, and we move on to the next one. Let's say perhaps that our very own Athanasius wins this matchup against the Bob Rob, but he only has 1 stock left. Then that means we would start the next matchup against the next Murray State player again with 10 and 9 stocks respectively. So it's a bit easier explained when you visualize it here on screen, which is why we actually have our stocks live. And already in the time of explaining all the rules and such, we have a pretty even game with both players at high percentages. Athanasius is taking a little bit more damage, but that is just how Rob be, and this could potentially, with a nice save stopping from going all the way upstage. Very good save from Athanasius. Coming right back, getting the first stock. Good to see it. It is very good to see Sycamore succeed. Unfortunate with an SD now at an 11-11, working on the stocks getting changed at the moment. Now, it is good to keep in mind that, like I said before, this is a pretty even matchup right here. We have 2 very heavy hitters, both with a lot of projectiles, but both have their own ways of playing, really. Rob hits like a truck when he gets up close and personal, and that's where you don't want him. Meanwhile, Lucas, he needs to only go up and close every once in a while, really just getting your up airs and your neutral attacks. Meanwhile, Rob always wants to be up close and personal, regardless of his projectiles or not. So this is very much with Bob Rob SDing off the bottom of the stage, very good position to be in. Athanasius taking on the Bob Rob very swimmingly. As Bob Rob is trying to edge guard at the moment, but he can't really get a shake on Athanasius right now, as he is just surviving like a trooper he is.
Oh, yeah.
I got to say, I'm very, very impressed with what we're seeing right now. And he tried to get the spike, and it didn't pay off, with Athanasius now at 1 stock. However, it is good to keep in mind that any good attack at this moment will send Bob Rob off to see the stars, as they say. And let me just say, I've enjoyed the match a lot so far. A lot of great plays, especially from Athanasius, keeping his distance and keeping just a good round of heavy hitters, especially keeping Bob Rob on his toes. Like I said, any move right now will get him right off the stage. Oh, very close. Very close. He tried to dodge that one. You could try and see. Ooh, and an up smash will do it. Claps around the studio. Very good to see. Now with one win under the Sycamore's belt. Now at a 10-9 a 10-9 lead.
Very nice game.
Yes,
Very nice
extremely good. Energy is high. There's good camaraderie among our teammates at the moment. And I can tell you right now, if I was Athanasius right now, I would be in a very happy position at the moment. I'm very much hoping that he can take his Lucas on to the next round and maybe even secure at least one more stock off the next player. Although it is very rare that we see any damage dealt, or not damage dealt, but any stocks taken from a one stock turnaround going into a fresh game. He is going to be at a disadvantage in this next matchup, and it's just we're going to see where that takes us, especially as we move here onto Flying Beagle that Murray State is pulling up on Jigglypuff too. Also, very similar character to Rob, however, dealing a bit more lighter damage as opposed to Rob's heavy hitters, as his aerials and his projectiles. Jigglypuff is more definitely a shakeup, and could potentially be the counter to Athanasius Lucas. However, that is dependent on the Jigglypuff. They can be very sporadic, and varied in how exactly they play. So I think it's just a matter of time before we see what the Sycamores are going to put out there.
Oh yeah, and Jigglypuff is always always entertaining to watch a Jigglypuff play because if they get that sleep off, it's so nice. It's so nice when they get that sleep off. But here we go, Lucas versus Jigglypuff. Let's get into it.
Sleep into rest is obviously the Jigglypuff combo, and it is devastating. So Jigglypuff's always one of those characters you got to watch for. And as always, whenever there is a stock difference starting the game, we start the game with homie stocks and into our taunts. And the game is now started. Already I can see Athanasius being quite aggressive, just getting as much damage as possible. I think he's very aware of the potential severity of this match and how good of an advantage he can be right now. Putting Flying Beagle at least one stock out there. I definitely think that's what he needs. And taking the first stock. That is an amazing play. Making it the Murray State Racers now at a 2-stock loss. I can tell you, Colin, this is already an amazing round so far. Those projectiles from Lucas are devastating, especially that PK fire. Oh, and I think that is going to be... That was a devastating SD off stage. Athanasius playing a fantastic round there as we saw him play valiantly against the Racers. Oh, yeah. He may have only had one stock that last round, but he knew he had to make an impression, and he took out a stock. I was going to say, yeah, he took out a stock. He took out one more stock, which is always fantastic. Always giving your team an advantage is very great. Very great. Our players are very knowledgeable about leaving a good impression, even in the worst of circumstances. We're getting word now that we're starting the next match with Easy Breezy on Daisy. Try saying that 5 times fast. Listen, we've talked about Easy Breezy a lot here at Indiana State University. He's one of our most formidable players on the Sycamore team, and it's just a monster, his Daisy. Oh, yeah. That Daisy is crazy. And so... going into, I believe, Hollow Bastion, it looks like, or something around there. I believe, if I am correct, the stages, how they work within within the Missouri Valley Conference, is that there is a certain selection of stages that are considered professional play, right? So each team has the choice of banning one of those stages out of 15, I think, or it could be less than that. But anyway, there are only a certain amount of stages that are considered legal for professional play. And so each team, before starting the next match, has the opportunity to say, oh, I'd like that stage banned. So it's dependent on the game to decide which one is put forward.
All right, and let's get right back into the match with Daisy and Jigglypuff.
This is a match I personally think is going to go really well off with the homie stock. And keep in mind, Murray State now is still at a 1 stock loss, so they could absolutely make a difference here as we see Easy Breezy take on this Jigglypuff. And honestly, I would say that Daisy and Jigglypuff are extremely similar characters, with the only difference is that Jigglypuff makes up for it with her lack of projectiles and things like that. Makes up for that rest-sleep combo, I believe, down air into up air, that every Jigglypuff main knows like the back of their own hand. Meanwhile, Daisy has a lot of different options, as we see here with Easy Breezy taking the next stock off from Flying Beagle. The claps in the studio were delayed on that one.
But Daisy and Jigglypuff, they seem both like very floaty characters.
Yes,
yeah.
floaty is definitely the theme of this match in particular. A lot of flying capabilities. Daisy and Peach to an extent with their floatiness, with their actual hover ability, and Easy Breezy taking Flying Beagle up from the top of the stage. Now with Murray State at a 3 stock loss. Holy cow, that is a fantastic position to be in.
Oh, yeah, Easy Breezy, crazy lead right there from Easy Breezy.
That was Easy Breezy lemon squeezy, if I've ever seen it. Holy cow. That was a very impressive match.
Indiana State is in a great position right now.
I can certainly say that there is nothing but smiles across our team today, and this is wonderful. The mood is great. The vibe is wonderful. It's just a good time. Especially because we actually have some extra guests here today, as Sycamore Media has so lovely come by and take pictures of us to be presented in Indiana State News, I believe, for the newspaper, or is it Sycamore Video?
I think it's the newspaper.
Yeah, it would be. So Statesman, that was it.
Statesman.
I do sincerely apologize to the Statesman. I know you guys. I think our station director, Zach, would... he would be very disappointed in me if I didn't know what our newspaper was. As well as most of our directors here at WZIS, because there's a lot of overlap.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of overlap between both places.
Granted that we are both WZIS and Statesman being a part of Sycamore Video. But aside from that, we are actually going into this next patch, or this next match as... Oh, okay. All right, sorry, getting updates right here. I have Discord pulled up on the computer. That's how we're getting updates for the players. We have your Polky as Corin. Okay. Did you get the spelling on that?
I think
so.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is that I have the list of players over here getting live updates from the Smash coach, Cam. Love you, Cam. And he did not recognize me at all. Anyway, he's giving me live updates for the players in communication with Murray State or whatever team we're going up against. And then I send it over here to Cullen, who is live updating the names and things like that to make it all look nice and fancy for you people at home. And so we are seeing a Daisy v. Corin main right now. And I don't want to say, well, no. I'll say this. I think this might be the first genuine challenge that Easy Breezy can face right now, as for a character that is purely melee, that requires to be close, having a character like Corin, who is, of course, a Fire Emblem main, so, of course, sword, It is this is going to be a challenge for Easy Breezy to get around. However, there is no doubt in my mind that they will succeed in this, or at least in some way make a good impression. So we're going right into the match.
When I've played Smash Bros before, Corrin was always like a weird character for sure.
In the lore of Fire Emblem, Corrin is half dragon, I believe.
Interesting.
Hence the water dragon spikes thing they got going on. Main character of Fire Emblem Fates, I believe. I have only played one Fire Emblem game, so don't ask how I know that. I just do. And as we see here, Easy Breezy obviously taking some good lead advantages, now having at a nearly a 30%, oh my gosh, a 60% lead at the moment. Still up by 3 stocks, the Sycamores are, and with some good edge guarding using the turnips, and I think that'll be it as your Pokey SD's off stage.
Easy Breezy just going through Murray State right now.
It is, oh my gosh, I nearly saw a combo happen right there. That was terrifying. Holy cow. Especially in Smash Bros, you see tons of combo potential with aerials. And is that another SD? Oh my gosh, that's another SD from your Pokey. Holy cow. That was devastating. 2 SDs in a row, and Easy Breezy hasn't even broken a sweat. Just constant throwing turnips like I'm at a vegetable garden. Holy cow, this is an amazing game. I'm just wondering what Murray State is thinking right now, as this is definitely something difficult to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Easy Breezy obviously making quite the impression, just demolishing the entire team. Oh, and
my.
A third SD. Easy Breezy now taking out two players from Murray State without breaking a sweat, without taking a single stock. A full 3 stocks in, only 1 player down, left to go for Murray State. This could be a potential win for the Sycamores.
Oh, yeah.
That would be very good.
It would be a very great thing for, honestly, being very close to the end of the season. Be a very great thing for us.
It's peak. I'm just saying, it's peak.
Easy Breezy obviously showing us that he is a very valuable player to the team. Those turnips, man, they're deadly. Those turnips are deadly.
Which, in a game like Smash Brothers, it speaks volumes how sentences, when you're talking about something else, just makes no sense if there's no context.
Yeah.
Like, turnips are deadly. Who in their right mind has ever said that in the history of the world? Who has said turnips are deadly? Who? Tell me.
I don't think a single person has. If you didn't know the context of Smash Bros, you'd be thinking, what is going on? What are they talking about?
Is there a disease? No. We are heading into the next potential final match of the round, with Nebula as Cloud.
I love Cloud. Cloud is a very great character to me.
Cloud is definitely one of... Noelle has just sent a message. Noelle is unfortunately not here. Noelle is rooting for everyone in the studio in spirit. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you. Raise the roof.
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof for Noelle. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Cloud. Personally, one of my favorite characters in Smash Brothers. By far, my favorite sword player. By far. And now, what I said last time about Corrin being a potential challenge to Easy Breezy's Daisy. We could absolutely see that here, because Cloud being another sword mastery, another mid-range guy, Cloud is very difficult to discuss because he's unlike most sword players where he himself is very quick, he's fast, he has very few moments of lag with any of his inputs, and he's just incredibly swifty for a swords player. So right now, we could absolutely see a change in pace for Easy Breezy. Like we said before, Murray State is at a 6 stock loss. So even if Easy Breezy has a difficult time right now, we are in a good position. And I'm going to stop myself from right there from a potential commentator's curse. Other than I think Easy Breezy is doing quite well so far. Now at really just a difference of about 30% or so, taking out the first stock from Nebula. Oh, man. Certainly being the first challenge for Easy Breezy. Finally getting the first stock. Holy cow. First stock in the past 3 matches, mind you. The first stock from Easy Breezy, the first 3 matches. Cloud is a very tricky character because he has a lot of different elements that make him difficult to maneuver around, for one thing. His Buster Sword is one of the largest in the game. For a sword wielder, he actually hits quite hard. And a lot of his neutral air smash attacks, they deal a lot of damage for just being a sword. Usually with swords, you worry about the very tip. Meanwhile, Cloud players, they try to get as much range as possible with their limited amount of mobility and just their personal range. Currently at high percentages right now, where we see both players near death percent. It is absolutely anyone's stock, with Easy Breezy surviving the up air and surviving being from upstage. Oh my gosh, this is so tight.
It was a nail biter.
Nebula takes out Easy Breezy just with one side swipe, or a side tilt, I apologize. Once again, Cloud being very difficult. Ooh, potential SD off stage. Ooh, I think, yes, that is an SD with those deadly turnips. Now an even game. This is extremely tense. Can Easy Breezy take out 3 players? That is the question I'm asking right now. Holy cow. I am very tense at the moment. Even if the Sycamores are doing quite well on their own, this is absolutely, this can be very tricky to maneuver. I could say right now Murray State is a very difficult position, even if they are making quite the impression, taking away 2 stocks from Easy Breezy. They are still only at 1 stock left, period, while we have 2 players after this. So if Easy Breezy can even take out this last stock from Nebula, this will either be the last match of this round or make Nebula weak for future games, and that is absolutely the case. Easy Breezy being taken out. Now Murray State at a 5, making their 6 stock loss onto 5 stock loss.
That was a very great game. Very great.
That was a fantastic game. Easy Breezy still taking out quite the percentage, quite the stocks. It is going to be very difficult for Nebula right now to even continue on. Going into 2 matches, mind you. There are 2 more matches that in this round. And we now have Nebula, who's only at 1 stock against 6.
Oh, yeah.
That is extremely difficult, meaning that he has to stay alive for quite a while.
Indiana State is in a very good position right now, for sure. Cloud, like you were saying, very great character, though. That limit, whatever it is, that limit thing that Cloud has is just insane. The fact that he can get like a free crit, basically.
Yes. The limit bar builds over time and basically enhances all of his special moves. His air slash, neutral B, his up B makes him go farther, deal more damage. His Hankaida, is that? I can't remember the name of the side smash. Basically, it increases the speed. And then for his down special, instead of charging it, it is, like you said, an instant crit. So Cloud is one of the, like we said, tricky characters in Super Smash Bros. And definitely a formidable foe for the Sycamores. Starting off with a celebratory taunt to officially start the game as we now see Unk as K. Rool against Nebula's Cloud. Now, it is good to keep in mind that K. Rool is, as we can see, a very big boy. I should
yeah.
note, as a big boy myself. And right now, I would be thinking about my positioning right here if I was Unk. Because at the moment, I really I would view Cloud as a threat, right?
Oh, yeah.
His Buster Sword is massive, and for a sword character, he has a lot of range in all of his aerials, and he just covers a lot of space just right there with the edge guard of the side smash, taking out the first stock from Unk. I think what we need right now is just one good hit for Unk to take out Nebula's last remaining stock. I think it's absolutely possible. A good side smash or maybe possibly, well, definitely not an SD off the stage, I tell you that. That is unfortunate to see, absolutely. Sycamore still doing relatively well. Murray State is keeping the, minimizing the amount of stocks in between both teams, and this is extremely close because all it takes, like we said, is one good hit from Unk to just get Nebula off stage.
There we
That is what
go.
we needed. That is what we needed, ladies and gentlemen. That would be the first match win for the Sycamores at Indiana State University. That is what we like to see. Holy cow.
What a great first round for Indiana State.
That
What
was
can I
fantastic.
say? What can I say?
And we still had a whole other player that we could have thrown out there. That's how good it was. We were consistently several stocks higher than the other team, and that was just fantastic. It was wonderful. Perfect. No notes. Mwah. That was a bit loud. I apologize. I believe we're just going to take a quick break before we head off into the next matches. So without further ado, we will see you guys in just a few minutes.
Yeah, stay tuned. Very great game so far.
Stay tuned.
And we are back, and it seems like we are going right into the game.
No stopping for us. We're going
Nope.
right into the game. So we have Athanasius on Lucas fighting for the Sycamores, and Bamama O for Murray State as Jack Black. Sorry, Steve. Steve from Minecraft. Yes, we of course had to we had to get that out of our systems. Literally seconds before we started back up the stream, it was just nothing but quotes.
Minecraft quotes. Oh, yeah.
I will not torture the audience with my Jack Black impression right now, but it was a lot. Oh my gosh, with an SD off stage.
Ooh.
Wait, that was incredible. Unfortunate to see from the Sycamores, as we see right now, Bamama O just putting up quite the front. I do think what we need right now is a good hit or two from Athanasius, just to make sure that it sends a message, that the spamming of the minecart and trying to get Athanasius off stage edge guarding, it's not appreciated. That's Lucas's job. Minecraft Steve being consistently the highest ranked character in Smash Bros. As it's not even a matter of the fact that his kit is broken. It's just the matter of the character, really. Because when you're playing Steve, you're more about playing Minecraft and less about playing Smash Brothers, if that makes sense. You're gathering materials, you're building. It is all so much different. And applying that to a 2D dimension, like side-to-side fighting game is just massively insane. As we see right now, Bamama O just constantly mining.
I mean, yeah, he's just playing Minecraft.
Yeah, just spamming the minecart off stage. And that's what we need right now, a good PK fire right off the side. Definitely deserved. I'm not going to lie, if I was Athanasius right now, I would be extremely infuriated because the minecart hits like a truck. I mean, it is a cart made of iron, so it makes sense. And definitely one of the most formidable attacks, as we see here from Bamama O. This is madness, and I think it's the only thing he's been doing so far, other than maybe
Mining.
yeah, mining, and some up smashes. Just, I'm not one to call foul play, but I will say it does very much seem complicated. I'll say that. And as we see here, Athanasius just trying to get through this wall that Bamama O has created, trying to get him off stage, and he just can't as the minecart is just too powerful right now.
It is that seems like a very powerful ability. That's crazy.
Now, most Steve players do also do a lot of other things, mainly in congruence with the rest of Steve's kit. Really, it's just a matter of how you play him, where you're placing all of your blocks. A lot of people make it so that way they literally build like a fantastic up throw from Athanasius. Minecart is definitely one of the most complicated aspects of his kit because you can build momentum with it. What you can basically do is when it hits a wall of any kind, it gains momentum, it gains speed, and it gains power. So what a lot of Steves do is that they end up making basically a small house to ramp up the power of the minecart, and you just launch it at an opponent, and it is just incredible. I do love the play from Athanasius because he realizes that Bamama O is doing nothing but spam his minecart. So he says, no, I'm going to play like that too. But unfortunately, it could not last him very long. Athanasius losing all three of his stocks, leading to Bamama O keeping at a only one stock lead from Murray State. Murray State, I apologize. As we go into the second match with Easy breezy on, you guessed it, Daisy.
Easy Breezy is going to take names and not look back. We know that for sure.
Absolutely. I am. I'm very much hoping right now that we can get some good plays. I think what we need right now is to get rid of.
That Steve.
Yeah, make sure Steve is out of here. By far. All he needs is to get one stock off, and that's what we need. Definitely made Athanasius, who, can I just say, made quite the first impression.
Oh, yeah.
On Murray State. Athanasius being getting a 2-stock lead in that last round. But now, unfortunately, only able to get 2 stocks off of them, having the Sycamores only a 1-stock loss.
It does seem like so far Indiana State's problems have been that Cloud and then also Steve. But as we see, that cart is just very powerful. As we saw, Bama O was just spamming it. Even just spamming that ability, he was able to do a lot.
And Athanasius didn't have any breathing room. That's, I mean, the actual end lag of the move, how fast it is, how difficult it is to simply just get out of there. It was very tough for him to maneuver. And so I think right now what we need is a good change-up. Now we see with Easy Breezy going into Daisy. If I had to say anything right now, if I was Easy Breezy, what I'd be thinking about is making sure I keep my distance and just making sure that I stay up in the air and as far away from those carts as possible. Of course, with the 2 homie stocks, now that Bamama O is only 1 stock in, we're starting this game. That tried and true cart, he just wants nothing but that cart.
He just keeps doing the cart. It's crazy.
I think Easy Breezy kind of has the right idea, because for a character like Steve that wants to keep his distance as much as possible until he can afford it, literally with his amount of iron in his kit, Easy Breezy realizes that I'm not going to play like that. I'm going to be aggressive up and towards you.
I was about to say, yeah, like if you're just like super aggressive, he can't mind.
And that might have been the biggest issue with Athanasius with Lucas, because Athanasius is a longer range character. And when you have an attack like the minecart that goes all the way from one stage to the other in a very quick succession, how much can you move? Because that's most of your range. So I definitely think Easy Breezy has the right idea, trying to get Bamama O off the stage. Oh, but he's saved by his own blocks.
And
get him with the up smash.
There we go.
Fantastic. Fantastic. The level of excitement and claps in the studio just then as we see Bamama O just get out of here. That felt good.
People do not like Steve.
That felt good for the soul. Oh my gosh. Good to see our players are just as in this matchup as we are. Colin, I'm not sure how you're feeling, but man, we got a good thing we got going on.
Oh, yeah. I am feeling very great. Indiana State is at a very great spot right now. They got that Steve out of the way. Easy Breezy with 3 stocks still. I mean, I think Easy Breezy is going to easily breeze through all these other players.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Easy Breezy literally just looked over their shoulder and said, that... Oh my gosh, I'm giving you a high five for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
That was amazing wordplay. I commend that.
But yeah,
Holy
I
cow.
mean, like I said, Indiana State in a great spot right now. It still could be anyone's game, 9-9. But like I said, Easy Breezy, as we saw last round, ran through like 3 different people. And so I'm loving this. I'm very excited to see what is going to come up, especially like Easy Breezy and his Daisy. His Daisy's super good. And as we saw right there, he was able to play against that Steve who was spamming that cart just really well. Easy Breezy's just really good at being able to analyze the situation and play according to what character they're going up against.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I definitely think Easy Breezy is what the Sycamores need right now. Putting that foot forward, that aggressiveness, those turnips. Enough said, turnips. We are heading into the next match with the dreaded Rob, I believe so.
Rob.
The dreaded Rob, not on Rob. Unlike the Bob Rob. Unlike the Bob Rob. The dreaded Rob, different person, now on Falco. Going into this next match with Falco. Daisy v Falco can, I think, go a few ways. Falco definitely keeps to the ground more often. Ironic being a bird. But he certainly has... He prefers to keep up close and personal, despite having a few projectiles to his name, a simple pistol, and a reflector blast. But other than that, I do think what Falco's looking for right here is up close and personal aerials, and making sure to get as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, Easy Breezy's Daisy is all about aggression and combos with the turnip. Ooh, and almost a reflect off of one of the turrets thrown right back at Easy Breezy. Now, if you are a Smash purist, you should know that Falco is legendary for the melee professional scene, alongside Jigglypuff and Fox. However, that sort of legendary status isn't necessarily the same here. Of course, he is quite formidable. Still, as is any player, as there truly is no bad character in Smash Bros. As any player out there could absolutely be monstrous at what would be considered a relatively mid-tier character. So right now, I mean, no, oh, holy cow, with a hit from the turnip off the stage as the dreaded Rob deflected off the side and right down into the ground. That was incredible. And a very good turnip drop, might I say. That is definitely a Daisy special right there.
And I just want to say something real quick since we're talking about Falco and Fox. I saw this news the other day. Hax, who was a Fox player, one of the best Fox players known, recently passed away. So
No.
rest in peace to Hax.
Oh
he was known as a
gosh.
really great Fox player. So
Holy cow.
it sucks losing one of them, but rest in peace, Hax. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always unfortunate to see such a well-renowned player and very respectable community member in a fandom go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's terrible news to hear. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no
Colin.
problem. No problem.
Greatly appreciated. We see here Easy Breezy in a very tight position. Maybe not so much as the dreaded Rob Estes off stage. But Easy Breezy is now at 179%, which is insanity. The fact that they have not died yet, not even taking the first stock, keeping a very good, well-balanced. Oh gosh, did you see that? The game lagged on our end.
This is a very good match so far. I mean, Easy Breezy really like staying up on his toes right now.
Absolutely. It is madness, and unfortunately that will kill the streak 200% before going out. Going right back at it, taking out that stock with a down air into a side air. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
A great play from Easy Breezy.
Great game from Easy Breezy so far, with 2 stocks left from Easy Breezy. I'm excited to see how these next matches are going to play out.
Now,
I'm just very excited.
absolutely. Murray State now at a 2-stock loss. Means Indiana State up by 2 stocks, thankfully. Honestly, very good position to be in. Still unsure who is the I stand. Oh, I am terribly sorry. Cam, I am so sorry. I didn't see your message till now. We would like to apologize to Murray State, as it was the dreaded Bob.
The dreaded Bob. Okay.
The dreaded Bob.
Makes more sense.
I read that differently, and I sincerely apologize.
All right.
That is my hubris. My hubris. We are now going in to the next match with the Flying Beagle on Jigglypuff.
On the puff.
Now, if you do not recall, this was quite the devastating matchup for Murray State last time, going up against Easy Breezy's Daisy. And truth be told, Colin, now, call me hopeful. Call me hopeful. But we could absolutely see a sweep. We could see another sweep here.
Well, that depends, because I definitely see Easy Breezy being able to get through Flying Beagle, but that cloud was a little tough for Easy Breezy. So I'm wondering how Indiana State is going to plan against this cloud.
They could absolutely be saving him for the last round. If I were Easy Breezy right now, I would just try my best against the Jigglypuff and absolutely keep my distance, make sure that aggressiveness is forward, dodge any sings that they throw at us, and also just keep in mind that the round after this might be the most devastating.
Oh, yeah.
Just judging by, and I'm not a psychic, but if I had to guess, I have a feeling who they might throw in after the Flying Beagle, if that comes. But the match is starting with the necessary homie stock. Now, we had this matchup before in the last round, in case you weren't here, and it was a bit devastating.
Yeah.
It was the second match for Easy Breezy, not even taking a single stock. I'm not even sure if they went beyond 100%, if I remember correctly. So we could absolutely see very similar situation with Easy Breezy just now juggling the absolute heck out of the Flying Beagle. Now, absolutely, if I was Murray State right now, I would be thinking about past experiences just in case, because this could absolutely be a game changer now that they had such a devastating match in the last round. Flying Beagle almost being taken out off the top of the stage. Turnips being taken out, edge guarding.
Those turnips, man.
It is by far one of the best parts about this match, as well as seeing the Sycamores win in such gracious ways. Now at a three-stock lead at the moment, as we just see Easy Breezy breezing on through. Still at relatively high percent, not necessarily a death percent at the moment. However, one good hit from Jigglypuff could absolutely mean another stock on Easy Breezy. Now, I will say, I do think that it's definitely the case that Flying Beagle, I feel like, has learned. I definitely think that now that we're seeing Easy Breezy here at over 100%, it definitely does send the message that they're not playing around anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And that they are here to at least take some chip off of, shall we say, on Easy Breezy. Even if he's putting up quite the formidable match with Daisy just absolutely dominating at edge guarding and making sure Flying Beagle stays off the stage. Now, unfortunately, Jigglypuff got the next stock off of Easy Breezy. That was devastating.
Unfortunate.
Still a two-stock lead from the Sycamores, with Flying Beagle now near death percent. One good hit or throw off stage will do it. Very close, very nearly close, with Easy Breezy trying to edge guard with the turnips. Still very effective. However, Jigglypuff is by far the best aerial character in the game, having 6 jumps.
200%.
6 jumps. Ooh,
There we go.
taking out the next stock from Flying Beagle. The Sycamores now still at a win or a lead by 3 stocks. I almost said I apologize for saying win. This is not a guaranteed win. I apologize. Slip of the tongue. But as we see here, our players are, I would say they're still at an even pace right now, with only the Flying Beagle having an advantage in percent. However, they have certainly learned. You can very much tell here that he's trying to do his absolute best against our Daisy, which is just monstrous right now. I mean, look at how quickly the movements are, and all Flying Beagle can do is just sit there because he's like, I don't know what to do. We see here edge guarding off the stage into a grab. What Easy Breezy needs right now with Flying Beagle nearing death percent is one good smash attack or a throw off stage. I would say maybe even an SD with a turnip. However, I do think that'd be very difficult with a character with like 6 jumps. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is abysmal. Not saying it's not fair.
Let's go.
With the side B taken off stage, Easy Breezy going into the last player, the next match, potentially the last match of the round.
I'm going to make a guess here and say that Nebula with the Cloud is probably going to be the next player we got.
Yep. Nebula on Cloud.
Oh, yeah.
I just got the message. That's, oh boy. So, we now, oh my gosh, so Battle of the Century right here. We now have Easy Breezy on only 1 stock this time against Nebula's Cloud, who is on 3. Sycamore still at a 4 stock advantage? Yes, a 4 stock advantage with 3 players left, including Easy Breezy and whoever the next 2 are up. I have a feeling that we may see some Wook.
Oh, yeah.
And we might see a monkey that is of the plasma variety. So, however, that is up to the entirety of the team and not to myself. But right now we are just waiting for our players to get ready. As yes, it is. Yes, I am reading that correctly. Nebula on Cloud.
Yep.
So.
And I mean, as we see right here, Nebula being Indiana State's last obstacle before a win. Very nail-biting, but like you said, with a 4-stock lead, Indiana State has a really good advantage right here, and I'm excited to see how these next games are going to go. Absolutely.
We head into the game. Final player for Murray State. I'm not gonna lie, Colin. I'm a little scared.
Oh, I'm scared too.
Because
very scared.
We have a Nebula here who, as we've seen, is as dangerous and as formidable as our Easy Breezy's Daisy.
Yeah.
And as we could tell, Nebula was the first one to officially take down Easy Breezy in the last round. So I definitely think both players have learned, and what Easy Breezy does need right now is that constant juggling from Nebula. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as we see there already, kind of like a sucky start for Indiana State.
Mm-hmm. With Easy Breezy near kill percent, I think maybe what Nebula needs right now is taking out a first stock.
Let's go.
That is a fantastic position to be in. I feel like my emotions are changing like the winds right now, but still a really good position to be in. And Easy Breezy making quite the impression, taking out the first stock and of the last player. Keep that in mind. Murray State still at a loss of 5 stocks. Indiana State, 2 more players left to go, of which we will see in the next round. Easy Breezy putting up a fantastic fight. An utter fantastic fight.
Oh, yeah.
If I say that.
Being able to get that 1 stock off a Cloud, very great start to the round. But like I said, Nebula is just going to be that crazy obstacle for Indiana State to try and get past.
Absolutely. I do think it's definitely possible as we go into the next matchup. I think what we need right now is a counter to Cloud, and we might see that right now as if I'm going to take my headphones up and clarify. Remind me again how I pronounce your tag. I'm trying to. Okay, that's okay. We have Tricky.
Tricky.
We have Tricky.
Okay.
I apologize. The full tag name was over here. It's like, oh gosh, how do I pronounce it? It's Tricky. It's Tricky.
Trickiness. I think that's like in total trickiness. Yeah.
Yeah, trickiness.
Yep. There we go.
I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that to our wonderful Tricky here. But regardless, we have Tricky going up against Nebulous Cloud, Murray State's Nebula as Cloud. This could go any way. Now, keep in mind, this Cloud has never seen Tricky. It's maybe Tricky can trick things up for the match, or rather trick Nebula up. And I think that's what we need right now. Rob being a very projectile-heavy character, getting some distance between them and Cloud. So I definitely think we can see some mix-up here as we head to Final Destination. Of course, the necessary homie stock, starting off with a taunt, and the charged attack also off.
Very interesting.
Yes, I do believe that is customary with Rob, as his neutral B, his laser, is an automatic charge at the beginning of the match. And so it is customary, actually, it might be in the rules or maybe customary, to just make sure that it is even playground at the start of the match. Now, we see a difficult situation right here as the first 40 seconds in, and Cloud has taken his first bit of damage, with Tricky now over at 100%. That is devastating.
Cloud
obviously.
hits hard.
He does. He hits like a truck, and he sends the message. Now, I do think right now, still, that Tricky's in a good position because Cloud needs to stay in a relative range between himself and the other player. Getting that edge guard off stage with the side B. I think what we need right now is a good stock or two. Nebula is going to be fighting for their life against the Sycamores. And so I think what we need, what we don't need right now is that, with Nebula taking off Tricky off stage with a side smash with the edge guard. That is very terrifying. I think what we need right now is Tricky to keep his distance, try to get as much damage as possible, and to go in for the kill whenever he can.
Tricky needs a stock here.
Absolutely. And all Nebula is doing is getting him with the side smash and up specials. This is devastating. Trying to get him off stage, but all he can do is just stall at the moment. You could tell that Nebula is an absolute sweating right now.
This is a nail biter.
This is extremely tense. The Murray State Racers absolutely so close to a loss, and both players close to death percent. And that charge special is going to be what takes Tricky off stage. This is, oh my gosh, this. I'm going to be honest, Colin, I'm not liking where this is going.
I am not liking where this is going either.
Remember,
I told you, man, Nebula is the last obstacle we need to get past right now.
Man, that is terrifying to think that we're now almost at a near even game going into the last match of the round. Winner, I almost said winner take all. No. But regardless, Murray State, if they win this next match, then we are going into the tiebreaker final round. Like we said, best of 3 rounds at the very beginning. Every single Smash game is like that in the Missouri Valley Conference. Who we have going up next is Wook on Luigi.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. Wook, being what I've seen, a DK player, but I'm very excited to see his Luigi. I have not seen his Luigi yet, and Luigi is, in my opinion, he's more fun than Mario. Luigi's a great character, and I'm excited to see how Wook is going to play him.
Luigi is a very interesting character, being on the weirder side. Definitely needing to get more closer than Cloud. So I think if Wook can get in between those, if Wook himself can get in between those moves of the very fast-paced Cloud, I definitely I think that's what we need right now to see a win from the Sycamores.
And as we see Wook putting in his music, getting in the zone. And here we go, Luigi versus Cloud.
This could be Indiana State could walk past this game with a win or a loss. So who knows at this point?
Yeah, at this point, it's all up to Wook.
Absolutely. Going in for the Luigi special combo, grab into the down air, and in the first 20 seconds, only taking the first bit of damage. Now, I think what Wook has right now is an advantage against a Nebula because this is the first time Nebula is seeing this Luigi. Now trying to get Wook off stage with his specials, with Nebula playing cheaply just with his, with a spike off stage with his down air. That was devastating. Nebula near kill percent now into the red. What we need right now is a good hit from Wook. This is an extremely tight match. Now even in stocks, this is extremely tense.
Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you, Colin. I am so afraid to say anything, genuinely.
I've got butterflies in my stomach right now, honestly.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that could have been a potential SD off stage. But Nebula is just surviving. And
There we go.
With a good back air from Wook. Oh, man.
Wook's got to lock in right here.
Now up in 1 stock. Nearing percent. Nearing kill percent. This is very difficult right now. Now at 100%. Oh.
1 stock right here.
Holy cow. This
down to the cusp.
This is incredibly tense. I can't imagine how Murray State feels right now at this moment. What we need right now is a good play from Wook getting in the combos, that Luigi special. Nebula getting near kill percent. What we don't need right now is any potential new mix-ups from Nebula. Oh, I so want him to SD off stage. It's an oh my word. Holy cow. What we haven't seen in several weeks. We're going into the 3rd round.
The 3rd round.
Oh my gosh, playing to the absolute wire.
Very, very close game for sure.
Oh my word.
Just a nail biter too.
An absolute nail biter. Couldn't have said it better myself. We are going to go on a quick break to refresh our souls.
And drink some water.
Yeah. So we'll be right back into the next and final round of today's match against Murray State. Stay tuned.
All right. Yeah, stay tuned. And we are back and going straight into the game with Lucas and Steve.
Oh my gosh. Cullen, I could not be more tense. Excitement isn't necessarily the right word here, as I am just filled with a sense of dread from the last round. An amazing way to end off. The suspense is so high, as we're just excited as we get into this next round. As always, Athanasius is Lucas, and the Murray State Bomama O is back on Steve. Very much learning from last time they fought, as now we see quite a disadvantage here with Athanasius now at a significant percent lead against the Steve. What I definitely think we've learned from last game is that he's just not having any more of that cart business.
No.
As we see, it's sort of Athanasius playing the same sort of game and getting the back throw off stage, leading to the first stock taken from the Sycamores. Very good to see. We like that aggressiveness and that back and forth sort of play.
The double cart.
The mine carts are my least favorite thing apart. Not least favorite, obviously, because they're really good, but it sucks when an item has armor. And obviously we see right there at Bamama O taking the next stock off of Athanasius. Steve is just so, how do you say, broken, I think.
That cart is just crazy.
His moves are very good. His play style is super tricky, completely breaks the game. I said at the beginning of this entire stream that Steve is consistently one of, if not the highest ranked character in all of Smash Brothers, and clearly we're seeing that right now, as even if it's not, even if we are not the likes of the best in the world, we can still see that Steve is the formidable foe for anyone, really. As we see here, Bamama O taking out the second stock from Athanasius, leading to the Sycamores having a one-stock loss. This is incredibly tense. I think what Athanasius needs right now is a good kill or two, maybe an SD. Ooh, tries to get a spike with the down air off stage. I definitely think that the PK Fires, in contrast to the minecarts, is an excellent play. As we see here, just Athanasius trying to get him off stage, and a possible SD with, I believe that is, PK Thunder, I believe. Very good play, getting the SD off of Bamama O. Now a relatively even game, both in percentages and stocks. Honestly, for right now, it's hard to say where both the Sycamores or Murray State are going to go at this point. Now, I do think it is good to point out right now that Steve is obviously incredibly tricky to maneuver around, but Athanasius being our first lead character at the beginning of each match is definitely a good play because he has learned so much. This is now, I believe, their second time playing, so both of them know each other quite well at this point. As we see here, and that would be the last stock taken from Athanasius.
And the fact that the cart can grab you, too.
It can grab you,
It's crazy.
Can you see why people don't necessarily like Steve?
I can see it now, honestly.
Devastating.
I do have a question, though, because I haven't seen this character at all during the whole season. Is Hero banned?
No. In fact, I don't believe any character is banned for that point.
Interesting. I just remember.
What'd
I've
you
always
say?
heard.
No characters banned.
No characters banned.
Character bans in the past, and now they're like
Gotcha.
Yeah, no
Gotcha.
characters banned.
No character bans. Nice. Okay. Because I've heard in the past that like tournaments, like Hero is like banned at some of the tournaments.
Yeah, I do think that just depends on preference, especially because Hero is kind of broken in a different way where his down special is literally 18 different moves in one.
It's all about RNG.
Yeah, it's literally RNG. So obviously, I mean, I feel like that's a good reason to ban him, but he's just a character like anybody else. He didn't do no nothing wrong. He didn't do no nothing. Next up, we are sending in Wook back on Luigi. I definitely think that Luke needs a little bit of a break from the devastating Cloud matchup, and I do think this is a good option right now.
Oh, yeah.
As I definitely think that to combat Steve, who keeps his distance and just spams the cards and his specials and really only goes in for smash attacks, I think having in Luigi, who is constantly going to come in, I think that is a great change up and is definitely going to combat the Steve that we see right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited for this match as well. I think Wook definitely has a great chance at, three-stocking the Steve since, Steve's going to be coming out with 1 and Wook with the 3. And as we saw while Wook was playing against the Cloud, Wook knows his combos, especially on Luigi. Wook knows his combos. So I'm excited to see how Wook is going to be comboing this Steve and seeing if he's going to be able to keep up close and stop Steve from mining and getting all his materials.
Absolutely. I do think that we have a good matchup coming up right now with, once again, Wook on Luigi and Bamama back on Steve.
Back on Steve.
Sycamore is at a 1 stock loss, just 1, so it's not that terrible. But as we see here, with the necessary homie stock, and the round must start with both players initiating the taunt.
There we go.
Once again, if
the immediate card.
If you've listened to our Esports Smash Brothers streams before, you'll know that the taunt is by far my favorite thing, a part of this entire Missouri Valley Conference, because it shows an incredible amount of camaraderie. And oh my word, that special could have been devastating. For those
Wook knows his combos, man.
For those who don't know, at a certain position, that up B that Wook just tried to do, if you get it directly on the floor, directly next to the person, it is a devastating, basically a sure you can.
It's like an insta crit, isn't it? Yeah.
In the most Mario way possible, and it is devastating if done correctly, and that could have been a devastating combo there at the beginning. Wook has done a very good job at keeping percentages high, and Bamama knows that, as he just is trying to cart him to death.
Yep, as we see here, another cart. Another cart.
And that's all we need. Wook right now needs a good up smash like that, taking out Bamama going into the next round even. It's even. The Sycamores are back in it.
Very this is the closest.
I got goosebumps.
I think this is the closest we've ever had a game like all season.
This is intense.
Oh yeah,
this is intense.
I'm very excited. I'm glad to be here.
Are we camping right now because we're intense? Oh my word.
As we see here, team and high spirits. They love the competition. They love playing. It's just great spirits all around.
I do think it is to point out there are some technical difficulties happening right now. The other team is seemingly vanished. Which coming back. Okay,
cool.
So right now, as we head into the next match, our options right now between these players, we have Nebula on Cloud, who's most likely going to be kept at the bottom of the
Yeah,
bench,
the
or
secret-
not the bottom, but the last.
Yep, the
player.
last player.
the last effort. We have Flying Beagle on, I believe, was that
The Puff.
was that Puff?
Yep. Flying Beagle was Jigglypuff.
Yes. So that could definitely be their next player. If I had to guess, right now it's either Flying Beagle or the dreaded Bob on Falco. I don't necessarily think that they're going to pull out the Bob Rob yet. I don't think they're going to pull that out for this round. I think they know that the Jigglypuff and the Falco were the better middle players between the beginning and the end, sort of when we think about it. So I absolutely think, yep, and I called it. Next player for the Missouri State. I can't speak today. Chat, I sincerely apologize. But next up, we have Flying Beagle on Jigglypuff for Murray State.
Yep, and as we see here, tied up game 9-9. Wook on the Luigi, Flying Beagle on the Jigglypuff. Definitely going to be an interesting game. I'm excited to see how Wook is going to be able to get in close and really fight against this Jigglypuff. It's definitely going to be hard to try and SD or try and edge guard the Jigglypuff just because of how floaty the character is.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I feel like if there was any character to combat Jigglypuff right now, it actually would be Luigi because he's not necessarily a floaty character, but I would say he's still somewhat formidable in the air. And so anything that the Jigglypuff might go for above ground, Luigi can absolutely do directly back. So honestly, right now, I think it matters, obviously, in stocks, percentages, vibes, and also characters for our players. I think it's an even match.
All right.
So who's to say where this is going to go?
Let's get back right into the game with Luigi and Puff.
Hoo boy. I'm not going to lie, Cullen. I am incredibly tense right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because this last round could mean everything. I definitely think that getting one more win for the Sycamores would be very good, as something we haven't mentioned so far is that next week is actually playoffs for our Smash Brothers team. So if we get one more round, that might be better for us.
Ooh, and the sleep into the rest.
That was devastating. An unfortunate mishap on part of Wook. Hopefully he can make up for it, getting a few stocks in from Flying Beagle. Right now, what we need... with a misfire. And that is, in the official term, misfire. Basically, for those who don't know, the side B move for Luigi is that rocket move, and usually you would have to charge it up to get it that powerful. However, there is I believe a 1 in 10%, a 1 in 10% chance, so a 10% chance that it is a ultra powerful supersonic version, and
we just saw it right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, we're back to it being an even game. Absolutely it is. Holy cow.
That couldn't be more perfect. That misfire couldn't have been more perfect.
The universe was listening and said, all right, I'll bite. With an unfortunate SD from Wook trying to get back to stage. That was absolutely devastating. I think what we need right now is a good advantage to happen from the Sycamores, because right now it's not looking good. If I had to say, I'm definitely a little tense. Not like I haven't been tense before this match, because holy cow, Colin, this is a lot.
It's a very intense game for sure.
We are straight up camping right now because of how intense this is.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, people have understood the joke now. Very much appreciated. I just saw a few chuckles off.
I get intense.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It took you that long?
I'm going to be honest, yeah, it did kind of take me that long.
Oh my gosh. As we see here, Jigglypuff being very close to death percent. Flying Beagle, we just need one more hit on the Flying Beagle
There
like
we
that.
go.
Now, unfortunately, Wook is also at a high percent. Not saying he can't pull himself back from this. I think what we need right now is just for Wook to keep his distance and make sure to stay on stage and not SD at any point. Ooh. Getting good percentages off stage. It's just a constant back and forth battle off in that one corner. With Wook getting back on stage. Now it is good to keep in mind that Wook is a very talented player, the longest standing member in the esports team here at ISU, alongside her captain Cam. And as we see right now, the last stock taken
Very
from
close.
Wook. That is absolutely devastating.
Unfortunate.
Holy cow. Now we are going into the next match with the Sycamores at a one-stock loss.
Oh, yeah. But
It's
still anyone's game, honestly. I mean, it's still a
could be.
very close game.
It could be.
Still very close game. I'm excited to see what Indiana State has next for us.
I'm not going to lie. Call me biased. But I kind of want Indiana State to win.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if that's
That's crazy.
controversial.
That's crazy you say that.
I know.
That's crazy.
Wait, wrong side. It's crazy I say that. It's crazy we say that. But I kind of want Indiana State
Come
to win.
on, you can't be that. You can't be biased. As casters, we gotta be as unbiased as possible.
I got to throw in the towel. No. But I do think it's what Indiana State needs right now, especially to move them on into playoffs. If we get this round win.
Oh yeah.
If we do. Can you imagine?
Dude, I'm telling you. You think spirits are up now. If we win this game, this whole room is going to be filled with screams and like all types of emotions.
We're getting affirmations from the team. It's like, yes. Yes, it will. Holy cow. We are heading into this next game with Unk, our own Sycamore Unk, on K-Rule.
K-Rule. I like K-Rule. Like I said, I'm a big heavy hitter kind of guy. Sephiroth is probably one of my favorite characters.
Right.
But King K-Rule, obviously a very solid heavy hitter. Has that jetpack. That crown move that he throws and it like boomerangs back is good. I think he's a solid heavy hitter.
I think what Unk needs to do for this round is to keep his distance from Puff, which he can absolutely do. With neutral B, cannonball, and like you said, the crown. I do think that just using those projectiles to Unk's advantage is definitely what we need right now as Jigglypuff tries to get in constantly. And also, if possible, Jigglypuff does get up close and personal. Unk can very much actually inhale Jigglypuff back up with the cannonball gun, shoot him back out just to gain some distance, or just going for a quick smash attack. K-Rule has some of the best smash attacks in the game.
Oh, yeah.
More so in power, in their like direct hit zone, in their hitboxes. And if I do say so myself, they are very devastating. But with an unfortunate kill off stage, being bounced off of the corner, this is really unfortunate. With Flying Beagle just juggling Unk, and I think that's...
Oh, he messed it up!
And missing the rest
How
combo.
do you miss the rest? That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Oh, madness. That is one of the easiest combos in the game because all you need is the top half of their body, if I am correct. With a kill off from the top of the stage. Unk relatively evening out against Murray State. Now the Sycamores are only at a one-stock loss. But
6-5.
I'm getting a case of the Japers. Oh man, this match has been going almost for 2 hours now.
Yeah, very
This-
very long. Very
This is
long.
intense. This is intense, I must say. We are. Man, I don't even know what to say anymore because what hasn't been said about either team really.
I mean, yeah, exactly. As we see here, Unk is kind of like the middle player right now. He is going to have to. I feel like this next match is going to be a very important match. Unk is definitely going to have to, even though he's down a stock. He's going to have to like try his hardest to try and beat this next person. I mean, this next, like I said, this next match very well could give us the result of the overall game. This next match is definitely going to be important.
Absolutely. Currently communicating with the other team right now. Who's up next? The dreaded Bob. Thank you for clarification, Cam.
Bob.
On Falco going up against Unk's K-Rule. Now, it is good to keep in mind. Also, before I get ahead of myself, called it that they were going to pull out the Jigglypuff and then the Falco. Not saying I'm a prophet, but
I've got a good idea what their last player is. I've got a good idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Then I think you have a good idea of who our last player
Oh
is.
yeah.
Don't
Oh
you,
yeah.
Colin?
And I think that is going to be a great match. If both Nebula and Easy Breezy on 3 stocks, that is definitely going to be the game of the night. Like that is going to be a great game to see.
Turnips are in our future. Ladies
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah.
I think if genuinely, call this hope reaching a bit. But if Indiana State Esports had a merch store, we would definitely have something that just be a T-shirt with the turnip on.
With a turnip on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In fact, I'm gonna pitch that.
You'll pitch it?
Make that be like my last effort as the director here as I graduate here in May. Starting the next match with Anka's K-Rule and Dreaded Bob as Falco. Now, I will say right here that this is definitely a tough matchup as we see
Yikes.
right now. K-Rule being a very big character, dealing with Falco, a very fast, agile sort of player. If I had to say anything right now, once again, K-Rule needs to keep his distance, but maybe switch things up, trying to go more in. Oh, I apologize, can't breathe. Going in for the kill more often, as Falco can very much just deflect anything.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah,
You just saw it.
anything that K-Rule throws at Falco, literally. That deflect can reflect most things, sometimes even players, depending on the move. And so I think what Unk needs right now is to avoid any rushes on from the dreaded Bob and come back out swinging. But unfortunately, he can't. Now at only one stock left, with a 2 stock loss from the Sycamores, this is madness.
Oh yeah.
This is not looking good.
This is just very unfortunate because King K. Rool being a big character and Falco being like small and fast.
Still getting 1 stock out of there, which very much appreciated.
Oh yeah.
The screams of enjoyment were ecstatic in the lab, with the dreaded Bob taking the last stock from Unk. And yes, as expected, we're
Easy
already prepping for the
breezy.
very last game with Easy Breezy on Daisy. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Time to clutch up.
I
That is for sure.
to say that what's coming up is madness is insane because we have the most formidable player from the Indiana State Sycamores, our trump card, against now at a 2 stock loss. We are now Easy Breezy has to get 5 stocks down from his 3. Not only that, but two separate players.
I mean, we've seen it before. Easy Breezy at the very beginning of the game is able to go through like 3 people.
This is true.
I
This is
think
very much
Easy
true.
Breezy has a good chance being able to three-stock the Dreaded Bob, and then go into the Nebula match with 3 stocks. That would be the best scenario right there.
I couldn't agree with you more because honestly, I think that's what we need.
But that would be, like I said, you thought last match was important. That Nebula Easy Breezy game is definitely going to be really important. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. I can't imagine. I say I can't imagine. Well, it's going to be imagining here in front of us. Holy cow. As we see here, match just about to begin. Murray State just now getting ready. We are heading right into the match. Now, like Colin said, it is good to keep in mind that Easy Breezy has been having quite a good time so far. Honestly, just his entire matchup with Murray over the course of the past 3 rounds. And it is good to keep in mind and always reiterate that Easy Breezy is a very skilled Daisy player who is very formidable. However, it is still good to keep in mind that the Dreaded Bob does know our Daisy skills at the moment. This is not the first time they fought. And so right now, I do think it's good to keep in mind that they both know each other at this point. They've seen them now play almost 2 times each. And so I definitely think we're looking at an even game here, despite the 2 stock loss that the Sycamores are dealing with. Easy Breezy trying to get the SD off stage with the turnips, getting the second stock off from the Dreaded Bob. This could be huge for the Sycamores, creating an even field up against Murray State's last player with the combo aerials, getting a good percentage now at 53 for the Dreaded Bob. I think what we need is one good combo and a couple good hits from Easy Breezy to get Dreaded Bob off stage and just onto our next player. This isn't to say that we don't appreciate the other players from the other team. It's good to keep in mind during moments like these that we're very thankful to be given this opportunity to go up against fellow colleges, and we very much appreciate the time that Murray State has given us.
There we go. The match of the game is coming up next. I am very, very excited for this next game. This
Holy
is
cow.
down to the wire, dude.
Down to the wire. Oh my gosh. And both teams know it. This is an even game. 3-3. Each player starting at 0% even. And let's use our thinking brains. I say that to my students a lot when I have to have them think critically. Let's use our thinking brains, children. Who's the last player?
Who
is
is
the
going
last
to be
player?
the last player?
I wonder.
Nebula on Cloud.
Nebula on Cloud. Holy cow. This is... Oh, my gosh. I would say this is making me sweat, but that's only because it's 75 degrees in here. We have... we always keep track of the thermostat because genuinely the temperature in the esports lab changes like the wind.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, it can be hot.
To be fair,
it can be cold the
we
next
do
day.
have, let's see, 25, 27. Yeah, about 27 PCs all running simultaneously, 24/7. And that's not including the network unit that's directly behind this green screen.
This thing probably puts off more heat than any of these computers. Like,
Oh, man. Holy cow. Colin, I know that you're the one who's asking me questions, but What are you thinking about this last match?
Oh, this last match, like I said before, most important 3-3 anyone's game down to the wire. Definitely easy breezy, coming out with a great first start. Back and forth though, it's just crazy so far.
Absolutely. I would say that this is a relatively even game, equal skill for both players. Cloud is quite formidable, especially with that limit break and the rest of his limit moves. He is just an overall great character, which is weird because he's relatively kept to like high tiers and mid tiers.
There
Holy
we
cow.
go.
First stock away from Murray State with Easy Breezy keeping a good distance. Lemon Squeezy. Holy cow. This is so incredibly tight. Easy Breezy now at kill percent.
And back to 0-0.
Like we keep saying, it's neck and neck. What we need right now is just some kind of advantage. Some kind of advantage between Easy Breezy and Nebula. I think right now Nebula is just trying to catch up, making sure that percentages are the same, relatively speaking. And obviously, Nebula is waiting for that limit to build up in their limit bar.
Oh yeah, definitely playing for that limit for sure.
It's definitely the whole ball game. And so I think right now, oh my gosh, that could have been a devastating down air off stage. Holy cow. This
And
is
there
incredibly
we
tense.
go.
Easy Breezy
2-1.
Easy Breezy getting the second stock off of Nebula. Easy Breezy, oh my word.
Down to the cuz.
Holy cow.
Ooh.
If I wasn't commentating right now, I'd be absolutely dead quiet. Oh my gosh, this is incredibly tense.
I mean, it is literally quiet within the lab right now.
It is so tense. And might I just say, an incredible display of talent from both schools. As we see right here. Yes!
And let's go!
Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen an amazing play.
Go!
Cullen, pull it up. Pull that sucker up.
Yeah!
That is a win for the
State
Indiana State
Sycamores win.
That
What a great game.
is incredible. Oh my word. I don't know if that was picked up through our microphones. It probably did. It probably did. But holy cow, the energy is so good.
Oh,
That was so
my
well deserved.
gosh.
Yes, Emma. Yes.
Let's go.
Oh my word. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Great game by Easy Breezy there.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
crazy last round. Nebula and Easy Breezy. Just crazy all around. You have anything to say before we go on break?
Other than I am so happy to be here with you, Colin. It's been an amazing experience. And before we head into the break, we might get an interview from one of our players. But until then, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for the
ladies and
post game.
gentlemen.
It is going to be a very exciting post game, so stay tuned. And we are back for the post game. What an exciting game.
In the words of Martin Scorsese, the one meme, speak. It's peak. Man, Colin, that was an incredible showing from the Sycamores. I mean, feels so good to. We have struggled certainly as a team over the past several months, and to get a win under our belt, even if it's so late into the season, man, it feels good. Our our players, they feel good. This is an incredible moment for us. Definitely a highlight.
Even though I'm a big fan of Valorant, I think this has been the most exciting game of the season. Like, literally crazy. Like, the emotions, the, like, nail-biting scenarios, just all in all, just a great, exciting game from both teams. Just great.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't said it better myself. Our players, they fought valiantly. It was so tightly knit, and the fact that they were able to bring it down to the wire and show up and absolutely wreck shop on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible, an insane showing of the amazing talent we have here at ISU. Listen, I know it's just one win, but man, that felt good.
Oh yeah,
And it felt great.
and easy breezy being able to come back from down 2 stocks. That was crazy.
That it was quite incredible, and that was, I mean, I literally can't even express how tense it was. It was so quiet. We were the only ones talking in that entire last game, other than, but I mean, I just think it showed for itself. It showed for itself the amazing capabilities of our team, the amount of empathy and teamwork and camaraderie for the esports team, for Super Smash Brothers here at ISU, and I'm very proud of us. Very proud of us.
Overall, great game. Everyone did great. Like you said, just shows just how much our Smash team has built and overcome some of these great obstacles, and how they've kind of built as as a team. And it just overall, I love seeing people get better over time, and we definitely saw that from the beginning of the season until now. Definitely a deserved win for our Smash Bros team. Carter, do you have anything else you would like to say before we break for the night?
All I will say is that I definitely think that we could carry this energy and this time and this added win under our belt is great for us as we move into playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so important right now, as this is our last official normal game of the season, next week being playoffs. So very good to keep in mind. I think we had a great showing today, and we need to carry that energy, that win, that velocity. I meant velocity. It's 9 o'clock. But no, we're having a great time, and I think I got nothing else to say.
Right. Well, tomorrow we're going to have Valorant, so stay tuned for that. I hope everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Have a good one.